if you go to my reference page on my website, there is a link to a therapist called Dr. Honda, and his webpage is called Psychologist in Seattle, and he does these videos that are so amazing. And he's a couples therapist, and what he does is he comments on couples on reality TV shows. So I know that sounds really fake, like the reality TV shows, but it's so profound and deep. If you go in there and you go into their playlists, you can see playlists of particular couples, and he'll go through like the TV series they've been on and talking about their dynamics and how they're interacting. And you might find that really helpful, because he speaks a lot about this, like it is more common in men to do this, to cut off. And this is why we get into these like really weird, so just so everyone knows, so before I carry on, I just want to say that I'm talking about the character now, I'm not talking about non-duality, so I'm just speaking about the character. So I just want to clarify that, because often people are confused about the two different levels. So so he speaks a lot about this, the detached personality, and often it does tend to be more of a male trend that does this because of the way our society conditions men, and maybe there's some sort of physiology in there. I don't know if anybody really knows.
For me, I find it's a lot from your father. If your father was cut off from his emotions, and because in early childhood you don't have that bond with him, that's where the sort of connection is broken.
Often.
And then if I didn't deal with it, and then I had kids, I would sort of pass on the same sort of wound to them, because I never understood it.
I think that's like maybe a lot of the cases is this. And basically he talks about relationships, and often it falls into these two stereotypes. So then often the man thinks the woman's crazy, and then the woman thinks the man is unemotional, and this is a lot of where the conflict arises. But the great thing about watching this TV show is you actually begin to see, because he's talking about the TV show and people acting on this TV show, you actually begin to see your mother's, your father's, your friends' reactions, and this can be very healing, because it helps you then, or it gives you a reference point of how to then act with them in a more fulfilling way, to get your needs and your wants met, and to also be more authentic. It has its limitations, because our society is suffering and our society is separate and seeking, but it's super helpful. So I put it on my reference page, even though it's not non-duality, like on the human level. And often when you're going through the non-duality awakening, the human shifts a lot and changes a lot and settles down a lot. And it's super helpful to watch it and to see it, and to see other people doing that, and how you escape through different behavior techniques, and how conflict is created, how to establish your wants, your needs. I really recommend him. He's a really beautiful guy. His name is Dr. Honda, and it's Psychologist in Seattle.
Because I like watching reality TV myself, and I think it's because I think all my life I got my emotional connection through TV. Because as a child I watched a lot of TV because I was just more left alone. And now I see it with my emotions, and I was like, oh, that's why I like all that, like the emotional TV shows, because I don't get it from people in person, but I get it from real emotion on TV, which the reality TV, it's like watching animals in a zoo. I like it, like for observation.
Yeah, you'll love this TV show, this YouTube channel then.
Yeah.